Murder style, y'all.
Insanity, insanity, whatever happened to humanity?
Analog, which is called Miyako no Nissan Tamarinari Monologue. Oh man, that just rolls off your tongue, man. Oh, anyway, it is a Japanese animation that has been written and created by Kenji Taguchi and been published by Zentai Filmworks. When Kanoi and her little brother Akira were young, he said he wanted to marry Kanoi Miyako. Naturally, she chose the route that the little brother was a complete pervert who was obsessed with her. Now they're both teenagers and Miyako is convinced that she needs to rehabilitate him. However, it seems that the perversion is entirely her imagination, and she seems to have a hard time turning completely innocent, witnessing the creepy situations in her mind. Yes, you heard that right. This is an incest anime, and to be fair and to be frank, this was sent from one of my fans, one of my biggest fans. And for those who have not seen all my material, just a little bit of a reminder of what I said, just in case I get recommended for stuff like this. It's been a while since I did a rant. It's been a while. And people think that I like ranting. I don't. I don't like ranting. I don't like, because people, look, I'm in my mid-30s. When I rant like this, I instantly get in a bad mood, and it takes a while for me to shake the shit off. It takes a minute. So, now I know who recommended me this. Now I know who recommended me this. Let me cut you off real quick. You watching, right? You. Let me look right at the lens. You watching this? I know you probably recommended me this out of the kindness of your heart, so I'm going to say this with the full sincerity of my heart. You got bad taste. You got bad taste. And don't ever recommend this type of shit to me ever again. I'm giving you a fair fucking warning. But to be fair, my fan, which is also a good friend of mine, he sent me this because he knows how much I detest incest animes. By me reviewing and witnessing Angel Sanctuary, I had a lot of controversy output of my opinion about the anime. But still, incest is wrong no matter how you put it. But what if it was an incest comedy? And by me watching Analog here, I see what they try to do with the formula, but did it stick the landing? The anime picks up pretty fast. This anime only has 3 episodes. No OVAs, no continuations at all. So by this anime only having 3 episodes, they want to pick it up by us being introduced to Miyako when she goes through her trauma as a child, being proposed. Well, not proposed, but just being in the future destined reference with her brother Akira, saying that he wants to marry her. And even though he went on with his life and began to have normal infatuations towards high school activities, she became traumatized with this activity and actually having a hard time bottling her emotions by keeping her sanity on point, by keeping her brother on guard. Now, this is where the comedy comes in, mixed with the incest as well. Now, I was thinking to myself, by me watching this project, is the brother going to do or say or act perverted towards the sister? No. This anime is completely focused on the sister Miyako and her activities and her deep inner thoughts of just how her brother's going to react around her. She is literally on guard on every move that he makes. I wasn't laughing at all because I feel like the anime was going too much of the over-exaggeration point of Miyako's character. And the reason why I'm saying that is because even though she was traumatized by what her brother said, they was only kids. So part of me understands where this is coming from, because by them being kids, they don't really know about the whole law jurisdiction of incest behavior. And to be fair, she probably didn't know this either, maybe until a later age. I'm trying to jump into the whole mindset of the emphasis of these characters, because we only know about Miyako and her thoughts about how her brother really feels. We don't really know much about Akira, other than what he said and how he's living his life as a high schooler. And this is actually a little bit of a letdown to me, because even though they try to show some comedy relief with this anime of Miyako overreacting and having persuasive thoughts of just what her brother was thinking, or just jumping into conclusions of the move that he would make when her guard is let down, but I feel like if they gave us some downtime with Akira's character, we would know exactly what would be on his mind when it comes to his alone activity, or just how he really feels towards his sister. But we get none of that. All it is just Miyako's mind and just how she's acting upon her thoughts. And even though this beats me up that I don't know much about her brother, I know it's really killing Miyako as well, because this is when she begins to overthink her exaggeration and goes into a whole play aspect of her behavior. People begin to think that she is a pervert. People begin to think that she may be the one that's into incest. And the things that she do, man, is very, very, very overboardish and made me look away from the screen a lot. Now, this is where the comedy comes in, of course, but I was more grossed out than laughing. Only times I laughed is when she would overreact towards her brother, and then Akira would try to calm her down and just look at her like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Calm that shit down." Like, there was a time when he would walk her home and she would think that he's looking under her skirt. There was a time where they was eating lunch and she thought that he was like making passes on her best friend, and she would literally feel as if it's like a jealousy complexion. So then she would just eat her whole lunchbox to prevent him from offering her lunch towards her best friend. And there was even some gross scenes on this anime too that I really don't want to mention, but there was one that just can't really get out of my mind that mentally traumatized me, and that was when she literally was taking a shower. No, she was taking a bath, and she thought that he was gonna like peep on her. So instead, him not doing this because she was overreacting, she goes deeper into her thoughts and tries to make him drink her own bath water. Now, I was thinking maybe she would go through therapy, because the way how she was thinking, the way how her mind was dismissing her whole emotions through common sense and welcoming herself through insanity, I thought she would have to seek some type of help. But luckily, we are introduced to some of her friends that will balance her mindset or lead her closer to the whole incest propaganda. Like Kasumi Kurose. Kasumi knew them both since they was kids, so she knows about the whole activity and how everything plays out. But she literally tries to calm Miyako down, saying that, "Look, your brother is not like that. Why don't you try talking to him?" And deep down, I think that she is probably aware that her brother has a boner towards her. So she tries to calm her down, but she doesn't want to arouse some type of unnecessary behavior towards Miyako and Akira, which makes sense. Which makes a lot of sense. But man, dude, there was another character that tries to add more drama towards Miyako's mind to wipe her away from common sense, to not think that her brother was not even capable of being normal. Like Brisa Umehira, which is called Brabu. Her name was Brabu or Buba or whatever her name is. She's a drama queen. She's a drama queen, stirring up so much of activity. So then you have Kasumi that hears Miyako's intentions and hears her mindset as she's beginning to talk to her of just how she's overreacting, and she tries to calm her down. But then you have Brisa that hears this, and she adds more fuel to the fire, which stirs up even more bad activity of her literally going deep into her brother's actions, which has nothing to really dig to begin with. This is where the anime begins to unfold and begin to unravel with every single activity. We're talking about more incest activity, more comedy with the incest, and above all, the characters' interactions and their emotions as the anime plays as part of the third episode. This is when we crash land. There's no payoff because, again, we don't know nothing about the brother character. There is no warranted actions of us knowing the reason why Miyako was like this in the first place, or if there was any closure at all to her character. The anime just ends with another character that we're introduced later into the project that really didn't do shit at all. Just stood in the sidelines and just watched their behavior. Didn't try to step in and didn't try to break them up and try to make Miyako seek help and try to make Akira open up to his, to his sister so she can get that bad boy out of her mind. We didn't get none of that shit. Only 3 episodes. What can you do, right? This should have been a manga, which it is, but I feel like by this being an anime, it was a waste of visuals. But man, it paid off with the trauma that I had to experience. Overall, this anime didn't really feel as if it went anywhere with me. No payoff at all, no balancing characters, only 3 episodes to not give me that type of factor of me understanding any type of dialogue or pacing or choreography set piece of how the incest was going to play in folding of both of these characters understanding their whole little mindset. And what I mean by that is what made Akira say this in the first place as a kid, and at the same time, how did he take it as an adult? We never get any of that shit. Just Miyako and her over-exaggeration of her mindset and just her wacky experiences of her little fetishes being in foul play. Bad comedy, more gross scenes to make you look away from the screen, and I dare you to watch this with a couple. This anime was a waste of time. A very waste of time. It fails on every aspect, and the worst thing is, I really felt that this anime was trying, but it was more focused on the incest, but lacking every detail that I mentioned. I'm gonna have to give Analog an F. Feels like I've been given an F on a project in a very long while. And I'm have to apologize to you, but again, if you gave me this just so you can see my reaction to it, hey, it worked. It worked. It was, oh my God, man. It was Analog, man. I don't even want to put this back on my shelf. Other than that, that's all I got to say for today. Please stay tuned for my upcoming reviews and videos headed your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher. I hope you all have a good